موټرم صحیح وګورئ ځکه چې کله چې غټ سفر باندې ځئ خو حتما موټر وی به استعمالوئ یا به ډول کاریج وی استعمالوئ هلته سپیډ لیمټ 80 دی نه او چې د ډیر وخت لپاره دومره غټ سپیډ کې لاړ شئ نو حتما موټر د خرابېدو چانس زیاتېږي د دې د وجې باید صحیح
You're driving on a motorway. What does it mean if the car in front shows its hazard warning lights for a short time? There's a police speed check ahead. Traffic ahead is slowing or stopping suddenly. The other car is going to change lanes. The driver wants you to overtake.
تاسو کله په موټروي باندې ډرایوینګ کوئ او مخې ته موټر چې دی هغه د کم وخت لپاره هازارد لایټ آن کړل نو باید څه شی وکړئ وعلیکم سلام جانمازه دیر دی ناوقت نکو وقتی که شما پشت یک موتر هستین و او هازارد لایت هایشان روشن کرد و پس بند کرد باید شما هیچی معنا داره اگر کسی هازارد لایتش رو استعمال کنه هیچی معنا داره traffic ahead is slowing or stopping suddenly معنیش چیست که ترافیک روبروی ما هست یا ایسته میشه و یا stop میشه suddenly یک دم میگه یک دمی فوراً میگه چی میگه یک دم که زود ولی هغه هازارد لایت استعمالی د دې دپاره چې مخکې ترافیک ورو کیږي یا ودرېږي دفتن بله یو دمی دفتن
What should you do if you want to overtake a long, slow-moving vehicle on a busy road? Flash your headlights for the oncoming traffic to give way. Follow it closely and keep moving out to see the road ahead. Keep well back so that you get a good view of the road ahead. Stay behind until the driver waves you past.
What should you do if you want to overtake a long slow moving vehicle on a busy road چې تاسو سړک بیزی وي او یو موټر نه مخکې کیږي چې د کم سرعت کم وي نو باید څه شی وکړئ شما میخواین از موتری اوورتیک کنین که سرعتشان کم باشه و سړک هم بیزی است باید چی کنین keep well back so that you get a good view of the road ahead باید روسته پاتې سي تر څو مخکې سړک راته صحیح ښکاره سي وګورو چې مخکې ځای خالي وي ترنه مخکې سي چې مخکې کیږو باید دا راته پته وي چې مخکې آیا مخکې د موټر نه ځای خالی سته او که نشته وقتی که از موتر کالان اوورتیک میکنین باید بفهمین و یقینی بسازین که آیا پیشرویشان جا خالی است یا نیست قبل از اینکه ازشان اوورتیک کنین
You've been involved in an argument that's made you feel angry. What should you do before starting your journey? Calm down. Turn on your radio. Open a window. Have an alcoholic drink.
You've been involved in an argument that's made you feel angry. What should you do before starting your journey? Calm down. چا سره دی بحث وکړو غصه در وسته دینه مخکې چې ډرایوینګ وکړئ باید خاموشه شئ غصه هم ختمه کړئ calm down خطی کس چی دارین بحث داشتین و کارت آمد قبل از اینکه ډرایوینګ کنین باید چی شوین کول داون شین calm down شوین غصه خلاص چیز کنین calm down چی میگه calm down calm down باید آرام شوین نی قبل از اینکه راحت باید راحت آرامش اختیار کنین
As you approach a pelican crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if older people are still crossing? Wave them to cross as quickly as they can. Rev your engine to make them hurry. Flash your lights in case they haven't noticed you. Wait patiently while they cross.
Walaikum salam. As you approach Pelican Crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if older people are still crossing? بانشان که از سرک تیر شوانی از صبر و تحمل کنین تا که سرک تیر شوه باید صبر نه کار والو ترسو د سرک نه تیر شي ترسو اوختي نه باید صبر و د تحمل
When may you
کار
wait in a box
wait
junction?
patiently while they cross.
When oncoming traffic prevents you turning right. When approaching a zebra crossing. When approaching a pelican crossing. When you're stationary in a queue of traffic.
When may you wait? When may you wait in a box junction? When may you wait in a box junction? Only when you're turning right. فقط وقتی که طرف راست در میخورید. یوازی چه کل خیل است تاویگی پاغسی صورت کی.
What does fuel efficient driving achieve? Damage to the environment. Improved road safety. Increased fuel consumption. Increased exhaust emissions.
بله ټول په یوټیوب کې شته دی ښه پښتو ټول سوالونه په یوټیوب کې شته دی هلته کتلی سي what does fuel efficient driving achieve fuel efficient چې دی ښه ډرایوینګ ته وایي سي ښه ډرایوینګ کوئ څه شی حاصلولی سئ ښه ډرایوینګ څه شی حاصلولی سي improved road safety سرک به خوندی وي سرک د سرک تامین می باشه نه محفوظ می باشه اکسیدنت کم می باشه از خاطر که خوب درایوینگ میکنین اکسیدنت نمیشه نیست امن می باشه در سرک explain the box ask me the internal explaining وقتی که خوب درایو fuel efficient اصلا fuel efficient درایوینگی که مصرف تیل کم می باشه او را fuel efficient درایوینگ میگه همین آرام که درایوینگ میکنین یا قبل از پلان گذاری که میکنین همون fuel efficient درایوینگ هست با آسانی با دیگه الفاظ با آسانی که یاد میگیرین چیز هست نی خوب درایوینگ هست دیگه fuel efficient آگه درایوینگ تاوی سی کم درایوینگ است تاسو مصرف کم وی د موټر نو په بل الفاظو کې ښه درایوینگ نه نو ښه درایوینگ کې اچیو حاصلولو ته وی نو improved road safety.
What's the main cause of skidding? The weather. The vehicle. The road. The driver.
د موټر د خوایدو غټه وجه څه شی ده د موټر د خوایدو ټولو کې غټه وجه څه ده دا ډرایور ده ځکه ګوره ښه چې موسم خرابي مزه ډرایوینګ مه کوه زه خپله ډرایور لکه ستا ذمهواري ده قوت یې خو ستا خپله ذمهواري راځي نه موټر دې خراب وي جوړ یې که بیا هم ستا په سر ده رود سرک خرابی ډیر په آرام درایوینگ وکړه وقتی که اگر موسم صحیح نباشه برف باشه نرو در سرک چون که خودتان درایوینگ میکنی نرو موترتان خراب است جورش کو قبل از اینکه درایوینگ کنی سرک خراب است بسیار احتیاط کو از او خاطر درایور مین علتی لخشیدن موتر
You're parked on the road at night. When must you use parking lights? When you're near a bus stop. When there are continuous white lines in the middle of the road. When the speed limit exceeds 30 miles per hour. When you're facing oncoming traffic.
You parked on the road at night. When must you use parking lights? Yeah, when the speed limits exceed 30 miles per hour. تاسو چې کله د شپې موټر ودروئ چیرته کله باید پارکینګ لایټس آن وساتئ کله چې د سرک سپیډ لیمټ د 30 نه زیات وي او وجه څه ده ځکه چې د کله چې د سرک سپیډ لیمټ 30 نه زیات وي 30 نه زیات کم سپیډ لیمټ دی 40 ده نه د 30 نه چې زیات شي خو 15 خو شته دی نه او 40 ډیر زیات سپیډ ده نو چې کله تاسو د شپې موټر ودروئ چیرته چې سپیډ 40 دی نو باید لایټونه آن وساتئ تر څو نور ډرایوران په اسانۍ سره ستاسو موټر ولیدلی شي چرا باید چراغایش روشن بانین تا که چونکه از 30 که بالا باشه خود 40 است نه اگر سپید لیمیت سرک 40 باشه اونجا موتورها بسیار به سرعت میره از او خاطر باید چراغایش روشن بانین که دیده شود موترتان از دور Guys, could you please, everyone, just share the live once? Just once. Everyone just share it once with your friends. I would really appreciate that. کولی سي please یوزل ټول لایف شیر کړئ خپلو ملګرو سره تر څو هغه هم ترې مستفید شي. Which language?
Why should drivers be more careful on roads where trams also operate? Because trams can't steer to avoid obstructions. Because trams don't have a horn. Because trams don't have lights. Because trams can't stop for cars. Because trams can't stop for cars.
Why should drivers be more careful on road where trams also operate? Because trams cannot steer to avoid obstruction. Steering ګوره steering چې دی په steering باندې موږ موټر اخوا دیخوا بوزو را بوزو نه ایت ځکه steering وی steering که هست steering وقتی که steering ما استعمال میکنیم موتر ای طرف و طرف برده میتونیم که steering نی و ایجا که steer اموره میگه چون که ترام که هست او مثل موترها واری steeringش طور نیست که او طرف و طرف برده نمیتونی نی از او خاطر جایی که ترام باشه باید زیاد احتیاط کنیم because trams cannot steer to avoid obstruction.
What do the yellow lines along the edge of the road mean? Pedestrians shouldn't cross where there are yellow lines. They are rumble strips. No waiting. They mark the edge of the road.
Double yellow line. What's this double yellow line? No waiting. No waiting. Double red line. No stopping. Single yellow line. No waiting at certain times. Single red line. No stopping at certain times.
Why have red routes been introduced in major cities? To help the traffic flow. To raise the speed limits. To allow lorries to load more freely. To provide better parking.
Why have red routes been introduced in major cities? Red routes. To help the traffic flow. چیرته چې سره خطونه یې هلته موټر ودرېدو اجازت نه وي نو هغې سره سیده ترافیک روان اوسیږي نو دا د ترافیک په روانتیا کې کمک کوي د جایی که لاینای سرخ باشه اونجا موتر استارت شدن اجازه ندارینی از او خاطر همی لاینای سرخ قطع جریان ترافیک کمک میکنه to help the traffic flow. Red line, double red line, no stopping. Single red line, no stopping at certain times or no stopping sometimes. Double red line, no stopping 24 hours. Single red line, sometimes
you're driving in town. Why should you be careful if there's a bus at a bus stop on the other side of the road? Pedestrians might come from behind the bus. The bus might move off suddenly. The bus might have broken down. The bus might remain stationary.
The bus might remain stationary.
You're driving in town. Why should you be careful if there is a bus at a bus stop on the other side of the road? Yeah, pedestrian might come from behind the bus. بل طرف ته بس ولاړ وي باید پیدلۍ وي خلکو ته مو خیال وي ځکه کیدای سي څوک بس طرف ته منډې وایي تر څو بس واخلي او کیدای سي څوک بس نه راوځي.
What should you do as you approach this cyclist? Rev your engine so the cyclist knows you're following behind. Flash your headlights at the cyclist. Try to overtake before the cyclist gets to the junction. Slow down and allow the cyclist to turn.
What should you do? What should you do as you approach this cyclist? Yeah, slow down and allow the cyclist to turn.
What does it mean if your trailer has a maximum authorized mass, MAM, of 3,500 kilograms? Your empty trailer weighs 3,500 kilograms. Your trailer can carry a load of 3,500 kilograms. Your trailer and load combined cannot weigh more than 3,500 kilograms. Your trailer and towing vehicle combined cannot weigh more than 3,500 kilograms.
Cannot weigh more than 3,500 kilograms.
What does it mean if your trailer has a maximum authorized mass of 3,500 kg? Okay. So what's this 3,500 kg? That's the weight of the trailer. Okay, so 3,500 kg. That's the weight of this trailer. So if you're allowed 3,500 kg, it means the weight of this trailer and whatever you put inside this trailer should not exceed more than 3,500 kg. So the trailer and plus load should not exceed more than 3,500 kg. د دې ټریلې وزن او په دې ټریله کې چې موږ څه اچو د دواړه باید د 3.5 کیلوگرامونه زیات نه وي. همین وزن همین تریله و هر چیزی که در داخل تریله میندازیم، هر چی سامان که میندازیم باید همین 2 دانه همین دوش وزنش باید از 3,500 کیلوگرم زیاد نباشه. So the trailer and load, okay, trailer and load. فقط همین 2 دانه لفظ اگه یاد بگیرین خطا نمیخورین. خب if you just remember these 2 words, trailer and load, then you will never get it wrong. So the trailer and load in the trailer, so whatever the weight of this trailer is and whatever you put inside, these two should not exceed more than 3,500 kg. You see, you all got it wrong. It's not D, that's a wrong answer. Okay, this is a wrong answer. So that's your trailer and load combined.
Where may you overtake on a one-way street? On either the right or the left. Overtaking isn't allowed. Only on the right-hand side. Only on the left-hand side.
Only on the left-hand side.
Where may you overtake on a one-way street? In a one-way street, you can overtake on both sides. You can overtake on the right and also you can overtake on the left. In one-way street, and also in a one-way street, you can park on both sides as well. Combine yauzai ya sharika. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? Either on the right or left. And just remember, in a one-way street, you can park on both sides as well. You can park on the right.
What does this line across the road at the entrance to a roundabout mean? You have right of way. Stop at the line. Traffic from the left has right of way. Give way to traffic from the right.
Give way to traffic from the right.
What does this line across the road at the entrance to a roundabout mean? Yeah, give way. Give way to the traffic from the right. در roundabout تا سینوزی التا داغ خطوی دی سمانه دا باید سی خیلاس نکم traffic رازی باید داغی تا لار ورکو اول. Give way to traffic from the right. Explain. Okay, Mavis, it's very easy. Okay, so that's they're talking about this line. Okay, so this is the line they're talking about, this line, okay, which is this one. And what does it mean? You give way to the traffic from the right. So if you in here, you give way to the traffic that's coming from the right, and you have priority over the traffic that's on your left. So when you get to the roundabout, you should give way to the traffic that's coming from the right hand side. And that's what the answer is as well. Okay, so give way to
What
traffic
does this
from the
sign mean?
right.
No parking for buses or coaches. Parking area for cars and coaches. Direction to bus and coach park. Direction to park and ride car park.
Direction to park and ride car park.
That's P for park plus right. Park and right. Park and right. Marvis. Look, Marvis, you think this is the answer, isn't it? Okay. Who think this is the answer? Parking area for cars and coaches. Who said that? This is direction to park and ride. Okay, so this gives you direction to where you can park your vehicle, and plus you can get a public transport from there as well. So this is for public transport. So park and public transport. Okay, so you can park your vehicle and get a public transport as well. دې ساين سمانه ده دا ګوره تاسو کولای شئ دغه خپل موټروم پارک او د غیزې نه لوکل بس هم واخلئ. سو پارک اند رایټ. بله داسې دا ګوره د اکثر ښارونو منځ کې د پارکینګ مسله وي، نو اکثر د کونسلو والا څه کړي وي چې د ښار نه بیرون پارکینګ جوړ کړی وي، نو هلته سیده تاسو کولای شئ چې خپل موټر هم پارک کړئ او د هغې ځای نه پبلیک ترانسپورټ واخلئ او ښار ته لاړ شئ. Okay, so park and right. Park and right. So direction to park and right, car park. उर्दू में लाले ये है कि आप ये इस साइन की ये मानिए कि आप गाड़ी भी पार्क कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे और यहाँ से पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट भी ले सकते हो, तो इसलिए पार्क एंड राइड. ओके, तो गाड़ी पार्क करके आप राइड भी ले सकते हो, मतलब पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट भी वहाँ से ले सकते हो. और ये शहर के बाहर ये पार्किंग होती है वहाँ, क्योंकि अक्सर शहर के अंदर पार्किंग मिलना मुश्किल होता है, तो इसलिए शहर के बाहर उन्होंने पार्किंग बनाई है, वहाँ पे आप गाड़ी पार्क करके वहाँ से लोकल बस लेके शहर में जा सकते हो. तो
When should you update your vehicle registration certificate? When you pass your driving test. When you have a collision. When your vehicle needs an MOT. When you move house.
When you move house.
When should you update your vehicle registration certificate? That's house, vehicle and health. Core, motor او صحت. خانه، موتر و صحتتان. Okay, so when you move your house, health and vehicle.
What do the long white lines along the center of the road mean? Give way. Bus lane. Hazard warning. Lane marking.
Hazard warning. Lane marking.
What do the white line along the center of the road mean? What's this line? Hazard. Why? Because there is less gap. Okay, کله چې دا gap کم وي، فاصله کم باشه، همین hazard line است دیگه.
What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? There's less wind noise. There's less engine noise. There's less tire noise. There's less transmission noise.
There's less transmission noise.
What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? There's less tire noise. کله چې په واره باندې په سړک باندې واورئ د موټر د ټیر اواز هم کم سي. There is less tire noise.
Where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? On dual carriageways. At junctions. On one-way streets. At zebra crossings.
At zebra crossings.
Where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? B. C. Why everyone got confused? Where should you take particular care to look for motorcyclists and cyclists? It's at junctions. Okay, why at junctions? Because first they're harder to see, okay, and they could easily hide behind any obstruction. Even they can hide behind windscreen pillar. دلته کو وګورو دا جنکشن ده کنه، او په دې ګوره دغه جنکشن کې دا windscreen pillar د وجه هم مونږ ته دا موټرسایکل او سایکل نه ښکاري. نو کوم معمولي وړوکی شی هم وي د هغې شاته دا په اسانۍ پټېدی سي. نو د دې د وجې باید په جنکشنو کې موږ د دې زیاد خیال وساتو. موترسایکل و سایکل که هست با آسانی پشت یک چیز پنهان میشه، نه که خرد چیزم باشه پشتشون پنهان میشه. از او خاطر در جنکشن ها باید زیاد فکرشون کنیم، چون که یا که هست پشت یک چیزم پنهان میشه، پشت چیز می وینسکرین پیلر که میگه. جنکشن में आप क्यों जंक्शन में ख्याल ज़्यादा इसलिए रखना चाहिए क्योंकि मोटरसाइकिल और साइकिलिस्ट जो है बहुत आसानी से किसी भी चीज़ के पीछे छुप सकते हैं और हमें नज़र नहीं है. जैसे ये जंक्शन पे ये विंडस्क्रीन पिलर है, तो विंडस्क्रीन पिलर की वजह से भी हम ये जो रेड एरिया है ये विंडस्क्रीन पिलर की वजह से हम ये नहीं देख सकते. अगर आप ये देख ले राइट साइड पे विंडस्क्रीन पिलर है, ये लेफ्ट साइड पे विंडस्क्रीन पिलर है. तो जंक्शंस में आपको ज़्यादा ख्याल रखना चाहिए. पर जंक्शनों की बात मंग ज़्यादा ख्याल वसातु د موټرسایکل او سایکل ځکه چې هغه په اسانۍ سره د یو شي ساته پټېدلی سي.
Why is it more difficult to overtake a large vehicle than a car? A large vehicle will have air brakes. A large vehicle will be fitted with a speed limiter. It will take longer for a large vehicle to accelerate. It will take longer to overtake a large vehicle.
Hello Man City, how are you? Welcome after a long time. Why is it more difficult to overtake a large vehicle than a car? نه پیغام زه خو random select کوم هم دا راځي. Why is it more difficult to overtake a large vehicle than a car? ولې وی مشکل وي چې د غټ موټر نه مخکې کېږي، د دې په ځای چې وړوکي نه مخکې سي. It will take longer to overtake a large vehicle. ځکه غټ موټر ډېر زیات وخت اخلي.
What should you do when going through a contraflow system on a motorway? Keep a good distance from the vehicle ahead. Stay close to the vehicle ahead to reduce queues. Switch lanes to keep the traffic flowing. Use dipped headlights.
What should you do when going through a contraflow system on a motorway? Yeah, keep a good distance from the vehicle ahead.
What does this sign mean? Cycle route ahead. No cycling. Cycle parking only. End of cycle route.
What does this sign mean? Did he sign someone other? That's cycle route ahead. مخکې cycle route. See, Bumpy Jones.
You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would give to a car? The cyclist might speed up. The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. The cyclist might have to make a left turn. The cyclist might get off their bicycle.
Thank you for those. You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would give to a car? Why? The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. سایکل سره موږ نږدې تیر سو کېدای شي unsettle ورخطا سي. د دې د وجې باید ورسره موږ فاصله وساتو. چرا باید کتشان فاصله بانین؟ از خاطری که ورخطا میشه. از او خاطر باید کتشان فاصله بانین. The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them.
What should you do when you're following a motorcyclist along a road that has a poor surface? Allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. Follow closely so they can see you in their mirrors. Allow the same room as normal to avoid wasting road space. Overtake immediately to avoid delays.
What should you do when you're following a motorcyclist along a road that has a poor surface? کله چې سړک خراب وي او تاسو یو موتورسایکل پسې روان یې باید څه شی وکړئ؟ وقتی که شما پشت یک موتورسایکل سوار روان هستین و از حالت سرک خراب باشه، صحیح سرک نباشه، خراب شده باشه، باید چی کنید؟ allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. باید کتشان فاصله بانین میشه که و از چقوریا خود را چیز کنه، از چقوریا باید شاید دور بخوره تا نشه که روبروی شما نه، چون که از سرک خراب باشه حتما اونجا چقوریا می باشه. سیکل یو موتورسایکل سوار پسې روانې هستئ او سړک خراب وي نو باید ورسره فاصله وساتو. ولې؟ ځکه کیدای شي د کندو نه د بچ کولو د وجې داسې نه ستاسو مخکې راتاوسي. نمی‌فهمی داری صحیح گفتیم یا نه؟ چرا باید چقوریا منحرف شود؟ بله، از چقوری ها منحرف شود. از چون که گفتنی که سرک خراب است، پاتهول چقوری ها رو میگم. ضروری است که شما فهمیدین دیگه. So allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. کندو توی کندی potholes.
What should you do when you're overtaking a horse and rider? Go past as quickly as possible. Sound your horn as a warning. Go past slowly and carefully. Flash your headlights as a warning.
Flash your headlights as a warning.
What should you do when overtaking a horse and rider? کله چې اس نه مخکې کېږي باید څه شی وکړئ؟ Go past slowly and carefully. په آرام او ډېر
What should you do if you see a pedestrian waiting at a zebra crossing?
What should you do if you see
Be ready to slow down or stop to let them cross. Ignore them as they are still on the pavement. Go on quickly before they step onto the crossing. Stop before you reach the zigzag lines and let them cross.
Stop before you reach the zigzag lines and let them cross.
زیبرا کراسینگ که کس ولاری باید څه شی وکړو؟ باید وروسو تیار اوسیږو، باید تیار اوسیږو چې وروسو یا ودرېږو تر څو اجازه ورکړو سرک نه هغې تېر سي. تیار شوین که آهسته شوین یا استارت شوین که سرک تیر شود. Be ready to slow down or stop to let them
What
cross.
does this motorway sign mean? Change to the lane on your left. Change to the opposite carriageway. Leave the motorway at the next exit. Pull up on the hard shoulder.
Next exit. Pull up on the hard shoulder.
What does this motorway sign mean? Flying Legend. Look, you got that wrong. Okay, so this sign جانماز ګوره دا sign او دا sign چې د یو معنا لري ښه. That sign and this sign is same thing, okay? I mean, دو sign یک چیز است. So that sign and this sign is same thing. Okay, so that got same meaning. This one will be on top of the motorway in a signboard and this will be on the road. So it's same thing, okay? It's telling you to keep to the left. So change to the lane.
Your car requires an MOT certificate. When is it legal to drive it without an MOT certificate?
When is it legal?
When driving the car with the owner's permission. When driving to an MOT center to arrange an appointment. When driving to an appointment at an MOT center. Up to 7 days after the old certificate has run out.
Up to 7 days after the old certificate has run out.
Your car requires an MOT certificate. When is it legal to drive it without MOT certificate? کله چې ستاسو موټر MOT نه لري نو کله کولی سئ بغیر د MOT وچلوئ؟ چی وقت میتونین بغیر از MOT درایوینگ کنین موترتان؟ وقتی که موترتان میبرین برای MOT تست که MOT تست شود او روز میتونین دمو وقت بغیر از اونی. کله چې تاسو موټر بوزئ تر څو MOT وکئ نو په هغه ورځ کولی سئ چې کله MOT تست ته بوزئ. So when driving, not saying the way. So So when driving to an appointment at an MOT center. MOT دغه ته وی MOT Ministry of Transport Test د وزارت ترافیک د وزارت ترانسپورت test.
Why should you reduce your speed here?
MOT center.
The road narrows ahead.
Reduce your speed here.
A low bridge is ahead.
The road narrows ahead.
The road surface changes ahead.
Changes ahead.
A staggered junction is ahead.
Changes ahead. A staggered junction is ahead.
Why should you reduce your speed here? دلته ولې باید موږ خپل سپیډ را کم کو؟ دغه ساين سیده دغه د staggered junction ساين ده. از خاطری که staggered junction است ګډوډ ای ګډوډ د ګوره د staggered ګډوډ ته وی د لفظ staggered ګډوډ معنی لري ښه همین لفظ staggered کې است ګډوډ همیګه ګډوډ.
You're driving a vehicle that has anti-lock brakes. How should you apply the foot brake when you need to stop in an emergency?
Should you apply the foot
Rapidly and firmly.
stop in an emergency?
Rapidly and gently.
Rapidly and firmly.
Slowly but firmly.
Rapidly and gently.
Slowly and gently.
Slowly but firmly. Slowly and gently.
وقتی که در emergency brake میزنین باید چطور بزنین؟ In an emergency, hard, okay? Hard and quick. Rapidly and firmly. You see, if it's in an emergency, there is no gently in an emergency, okay? In an emergency, it's rapidly and firmly, okay? Because it's emergency. That's why no gently. Rapidly and firmly. Rapidly means as soon as you can, firm, hard. So fast and hard.
Which diagram shows a hazard warning line?
Which diagram shows a hazard warning line?
Hazard warning line. This is yellow lines, this is yellow lines. So these are no waiting lines, okay? That's not, so one of these two. One of these two. So which one got less gap? Small gap. So whichever got small gap, which is the first one, okay? Small gap, that's hazard. So there is a small gap between the white lines, that's hazard. وقتی که می فاصله کم باشه در مابین می
You arrive at the scene of a crash where someone is bleeding heavily from a wound in their arm. Nothing is embedded in the wound. What could you do to help?
Nothing is embedded.
Dab the wound.
What could you do to
Apply pressure over the wound.
Dab the wound.
Get them a drink.
Apply pressure over the wound.
Walk them around and keep them talking.
Drink. Walk them around and keep them talking.
You arrive at the scene of a crash where someone is bleeding heavily. سخت خونش میرنی bleeding heavily سخت وینه روانه ده. So if someone is bleeding heavily, your only option is pressure. Apply pressure. Bleeding heavily, pressure. Okay, so apply pressure over the wound. زیاد خونش که میره فشار میدینی. سی وینه ډیره روانه باید از کمزیشی خوکسه و هغه باندې زور وکړو تر څو وینه بنده سي.
Which type of sign tells you what you must not do?
Which type of sign tells you what you must not do?
Which type of sign tells you what you must not do? Not do. Okay, so that's B. What about if the question was what type of sign tells you what you must do? What about if the question was what type of sign tells you what you must do? What you must do. Then this one would have been the answer, okay? Go. That will be A exactly, okay? Just remember. So not do is this one, to do is this one.
You're driving on an open road in dry weather. What distance should you keep from the vehicle in front? 2 meters, 6 feet 6 inches. 2 car lengths.
6 feet 6 inches.
A 2-second time gap.
2 car lengths.
1 car length.
A 2-second time gap. 1 car length.
Okay, in dry weather, dry is 2 seconds. Wet, 4 seconds. Icy, guys, how many seconds in icy road? How many seconds on icy road? Icy, well done. IC 20 seconds, okay? IC is 20 seconds. IC is 20 seconds. Dry 2, wet 4, IC 20 seconds. Okay, guys, do you know what's in fog? In fog. How many seconds in fog? In fog, it's 4 seconds.
Why should you take care driving past the man with the cane?
Why should you
He's
take care
physically
driving past
disabled.
the man with the cane?
He's deaf and
He's
blind.
physically disabled.
He's blind.
He's deaf and blind.
He's deaf.
He's blind. He's deaf.
Why should you take care when driving past a man with a cane? He's deaf and blind. You can't really see it properly, but he got a white stick with red band. Okay, if it's just a white stick, the person is blind. If it's a white stick with red band, he's deaf and blind. If a person got a dog with burgundy coat, that's deaf. ګورسې کله چا سره سپین امسا وي هغه څه دی لوند ده سپین امسا سرې پټو سره وي هغه لوند ده او کوڼ ده او چې چا سره سپی وي جاکټ یې ورته اچولی زیړ جاکټ نو هغه څه ده هغه کوڼ ده blind white stick red and white stick, that's deaf and blind.
What should you do when leaving your vehicle parked and unattended?
What should you do?
Leave the left indicator on. Park in a housing estate. Park near a busy junction. Lock it and remove the key.
Lock it and remove the key.
What should you do when leaving your vehicle parked and unattended? Park چې تاسو خپل موټر چیرته پارکوئ او یوازې پرېږدئ unattended تاسو پرېږدئ تاسو تیزئ نو باید څه شی وکړئ lock it and remove the key باید قلف یې کړئ او کیلي ترې وباسئ
You service your own vehicle. How should you dispose of the old engine oil? Tip it into a hole in the ground. Put it in your dustbin. Pour it down a drain. Take it to a local authority site.
تاسو خپل موټر خپل سرویس کو زاړه انجن اویل باید چیرته وغورځوئ انجن اویل کونره باید در کدام جای پرتین Take it to a local authority site.
When may you enter a box junction? When signaled by another road user. When there are fewer than 2 vehicles ahead. When traffic signs direct you. When your exit road is clear.
When may you enter a box junction? کله کولی سي box junction ته نوځئ When your exit is clear. Okay, when your exit is clear. Guys, do you know what does it mean? پوهیږئ دې څه معنا ده میفهمین امید چی معنا داره When your exit is clear. کله کولی سي box junction ته نوځئ کله مو چې د exit کوم طرف ته چې ځئ هغه سړک خالی وي Okay, ګوره ښه When your exit is clear دا معنا لري چې اوس که دا ستاسو موټر وای دغه ستاسو موټر وای دا او تاسو غوښتل چې مخامخ لاړ سئ دغه لایټ وګورئ شین ده نه You see, the traffic light is green. If you look at the traffic lights, it's green. If this was your vehicle, could you go straight? Could that تاسو موټر وای او آیا تاسو کولی سئ چې مخامخ لاړ سئ که دغه لایټ گرین هم وای تاسو کولی سئ چې د باکس جنکشن ته نوځئ چې دا ستاسو موټر وای تاسو غوښتئ چې مخامخ لاړ سئ آیا تاسو کولی سئ چې د دې گرین لایټ نه مخکې تللی وئ نه ولې نه ځکه چې ستاسو اگزیټ بند ده کوم طرف ته چې تاسو تلئ ستاسو خروجي چې کوم لاره وه هغه بنده ده داسې ځکه چې تاسو دلته نه وتئ نو دغسې وتلی نه نو دا بنده ده ځکه تاسو دلته نه مخکې نشئ نو دا ستاسو اگزیټ چې دی بند ده اوس که تاسو لیفت طرف ته تلئ نو تاسو کولی سئ ځکه ستاسو لاره کولاو ده اگزیټ هم کلیر دی نو تاسو کولی سو چې لیفت ته لاړ سئ نوځئ او تاوسئ خو چونکې که تاسو مخامخ تلل غوښتل نو بیا نسوئ تللی ولې نسوئ تللی ځکه ستاسو ایگزیټ بند ده. So if you are going straight, could you go straight and into the box junction? No. Why you can't go into the box junction? Because your exit is blocked. So that's what it means. اگر همین موترتان می بود آیا شما اگر وقتی شما میخواستین که روبرو برین آیا شما میتونستین که داخل باکس جنکشن شوین؟ نه چرا که اگزیتتان بلاک است از او خاطر نمیتونستین. جواب میست وقتی که اگزیتتان بلاک باشه نمیتونین که داخل باکس جنکشن شوین. و سوال چی بود؟ when may you enter a box junction چی وقت میتونین؟ وقتی که اگزیتتان خالی باشه. نه؟ So when your exit is...
What should you do as you approach this bridge? Move to the right. Keep to 30 miles per hour. Change gear. Slow down.
Change gear. Slow down.
What should you do as you approach this bridge? That's slow down. And there is this other question which is same about this bridge. Where is a... Okay, this one. What should you do as you approach this bridge? And that's consider using your horn. The same kind of question, okay? Same about hump bridge. Consider using your horn. It's the second one. So what should you do as you approach this bridge? Consider using your horn. Slow down.
What does this sign mean? Road narrows.
What does this sign mean?
Tall bridge.
Road
End of dual carriageway.
Tall bridge.
End of narrow bridge.
End of dual carriageway. End of narrow bridge.
What does this sign mean? That's end of dual carriageway. End of dual carriageway. Okay, and what's the speed limit when you pass this sign? What's the sign is here to speed limit سمره باید بی؟ شپیته ها؟ وقتی که از امی ساین تیر شدین باید سرعتتان چی باشه؟ 60.
What hazard do you need to look out for as you drive under the bridge?
What hazard do you
Overhanging tree branches.
under the bridge?
Pedestrians walking in the road.
Branches.
A narrowing of the road.
Pedestrians walking in the road.
The height of the bridge.
A narrowing of the road. The height of the bridge.
Okay, so guys, if you look in here, there is this sign on the left which says people walking along the road. See that sign? And also, when you're going under the bridge, there is no pavement, there is no footpath. اکا left طرف ته موږ هغه ساین وګورو هغه ساین چې دی د دې داس چې سړک کې خلک را روان دي او بل چې د دې پل د لاندې موږ تیریږو فوټپات یا پیومنټ هم نشته دی نو پیدل خلک به چیرته رواني خو حتما په سړک کې به را رواني نه همین دا استارت همین ویدیو اگه ببینین طرف چپ همین ساین که هست همین ساین مردم که در سرک می همون ساین است و دیگه وقتی که در زیر پل میریم او جا چیز نیست در زبان پلی ساخته آمد در زیر پل که میرین چیز نیست پیومنت نیست نی فوتپات نیست از او خاطر مردمی که پیدل میره حتما در چیز میانه در سرک میانه دیگه pedestrian walking in the road.
What should you do when you park at night on a road that has a 40 miles per hour speed limit? Park near a street light. Leave dipped headlights switched on. Leave parking lights switched on. Park facing the traffic.
Park facing the traffic.
What should you do when you park at night on a road that has a 40 miles per hour speed limit? That's leave parking lights switched on. And the reason for that is so other vehicles could see your vehicle, so other drivers could see your vehicle more easily. That's why you leave your parking light switched on. Parking light هایتان روشن میمونین در سرکی که speed limitش از 30 بالا باشه. 40 باشه 80 بالا که باشه باید چراغای موترتان پارکینگ لایتان روشن بانین از طرف شو که موترتان دیده شود پارکینگ لایت بام چلان پریده ترسو نو ډرایوران ستاسو موټر په اسانۍ
You're
سره
following a long
ویني.
vehicle approaching a
پارکینګ
crossroads.
سویچ
What should you do if the driver signals right but moves close to the left-hand curb?
If the driver signals
Report
right,
the
but
driver
moves
to the
close
police.
left-hand curb.
Overtake on the right-hand
Driver to the
side.
police.
Wait behind the long vehicle.
Right-hand side.
Warn the driver about the wrong signal.
Vehicle. Warn the driver about the wrong signal.
سلو سپیډ چې کله سړک کې جمپ وي سلو سپیډ reduce speed کې بځي reduce speed. You're following a long vehicle approaching crossroad. What should you do if the driver signals right but moves close to the left-hand curb? Wait behind the long vehicle. Wait behind the long vehicle. سیغل غټ موټر په روان یې مخکې چارایي راسي غټ موټر ښي لاس ته اشاره وکړي خو خپله موټر چپ طرف ته بوځي دی ولې داسې کار کوي ځکه چې غټ موټر ته ډیر جای پکاري چې کله تاویږي نو چې ښي لاس ته تاویږي اول موټر چپ لاس ته بوځي تر څو فاصله ورته پیدا شي. Why would a big if it's a long vehicle if they signal right and move to the left why would they do that? Why would a long vehicle signals right and move to the left? Because long vehicle needs more space to turn around. موترهایی که کلان است وقتی که طرف راست میره اول طرف چپ میره که جا برش پیدا شود. ما باید چی کنیم؟ ما باید پشتشون استارت شویم. Wait behind the long vehicle.
You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? 100 meters, 328 feet. 45 meters, 147 feet. 25 meters, 82 feet. 5 meters, 16 feet.
5 meters, 16 feet.
کله مو سي موټر خراب سي او دا د خطر ساين د موټر نه باید 100 متر لري کېدی وقتی که موترتان خراب شوه امی تراینگل خطر چقدر دور باید از موترتان بانید 45 meters و از خاطری چی است؟ از خاطری که دیگه درایورها بفهمه که اوجه موترتان استاد است نه از او خاطر ولی باید دا ساینل تا من کیدو ترسو نو درایوران تا پتا ولگی سی اغلطه مکستا موتر ولد.
You're about to overtake. What should you do when you see this sign?
You're about to overtake.
Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. Switch your headlights on before overtaking. Overtake the other driver as quickly as possible. Move to the right to get a better view.
Move to the right to get a better view.
You're about to overtake. What should you do when you see this sign? You see this sign, what should you do? Where would you see this sign? You're about to overtake and you see this sign, what should you do? Okay, so you see this sign like in here. See, hidden dip. You should not try to overtake. Why? If there is any vehicle in there, you will not be able to see. So if there is any vehicle, see like same in here. should not try to overtake باید دې چیزی که منگ overtake ونو که ذکر دقلتا سی که موتری منگ تبا نخکاری اگه ایجا کدام موتر باشه ما دیده نمیتونیم نه اگه ایجا کوشش overtake کنین باید ایتر جای overtake نکنین hold back until you can see clearly ahead باید ترقی overtake ونو که شاید پاید سو ترسو
You're parked in a busy high street. What's the safest way to turn your vehicle around so you can drive in the opposite direction? Ask someone to stop the traffic. Turn around in a quiet side road. Carry out a U-turn. Drive into a side road and reverse out into the main road.
Drive into a side road and reverse out into the main road.
You're parked in a busy high street. What's the safest way to turn your vehicle around so you can drive in the opposite direction? It's not a... You can't ask someone to stop the traffic. That will not be the right thing to do. So turn around in a quiet side road. یا خاموشه سنگ تا سرک که راتاوسی که مولو که سرکونه چی دی اگه تا نوزل تا راتاوسی واپس راوزی So turn around in a quiet
What
side.
color are the reflective studs between the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane of a motorway?
Studs between the hard
Red.
shoulder and the left-hand lane
Green.
of the motorway.
Amber.
Red,
White.
green, amber, white.
What color are the reflective studs between the hard shoulder and the left-hand lane? Hard shoulder. Hard shoulder is in the left-hand side. So RWA. Red, white, amber. So that's red on the left. RWA. So that's red on the left. Left side. Guys, if any one of you did not